Whether you're a new or old player, chances are you know Ascension WoW has hundreds of really good items that they sell via donator points through their launcher store. But what a lot of newer players might not know is that anything you can buy from their launcher store with donator points, you can also buy from other players in-game with your gold. I also recently uploaded a video on my YouTube channel explaining how if you're willing to start and grow a YouTube channel and make Ascension related videos, Ascension can reward you guys with donator points for making those videos. So there's plenty of ways to get all of this stuff for free. And the point of this video is I'm just going to cover some of the things I think people that don't have a big vanity collection should focus on first, the things that I think will benefit your account the most. It's also worth noting that for new players who might not know that a lot of these things, most of these things in here go into something called your vanity, and your vanity is accessible across all realms. Sometimes you need to get a vanity sync to get access to your cross-realm vanity items, but nevertheless, all of the things you buy are on your account permanently, and you can eventually get to a point where you have access to all your vanity items on every realm. I won't be making this like a tier list video or comparing one item to another. However, some do like synergize with each other very well. This is mostly just me telling you what's good, what I think you should get first, and you don't have to necessarily get these items in any particular order. Starting off with my absolute personal favorite, the Lootbot 3000. Anytime I'm doing anything, I have this bad boy out, whether I'm open world questing or in a dungeon, or AoE farming in the open world, I always have this guy down. It's really nice when I'm pulling packs of mobs or killing groups of mobs, not to have to sit and loot 6 to 10 mobs after the pull. It's nice in dungeons because you're trying to stay with the group and keep up with the group, but maybe you have a dungeon quest that requires items off the mobs you're killing, and then this will just grab them for you and you can keep the pace up. Okay, next up we have the Wondrous Wisdom Ball. It's a great convenience to have if you like power leveling through dungeons with a group of friends. And that's really where the value of this item comes from. It allows you to get the quests for the dungeon you're in and turn in the quests for the dungeon you're in via a companion pet you summon. Everybody in your group can use this pet. So really, like if it's you and 4 of your buddies that are dungeon spamming, or if you have a consistent group or guildmates that you're prestiging with or leveling with, you really only need one of these to get the maximum value out of it. And it's a little steep for what it does in my opinion, because like for me personally, I usually level in the open world with questing or AoE farming, or sometimes I'll even dive into PvP to level through battlegrounds and stuff like that, and you're going to get absolutely no value out of this thing. So it's not something you like necessarily need to rush, but I do think it is worth grabbing for a newer player, especially if you're like into tank, like maybe you're a tank and you like spamming dungeons, or a healer and you like spamming dungeons, or you have a group of friends and you spam dungeons. This just makes dungeon spams quite a bit better, because every dungeon you go into for the first time, you can complete literally every quest for it in one go. Next up, we'll be showcasing the portable callboard. Specifically the portable callboard Outlaw, because for the Horde one, you have to be Horde. For the Alliance one, you have to be Alliance. Now, you only have to be an Alliance to drop the Alliance one, and you only have to be Horde to drop the Horde one. But if you're on a Horde character and there is an Alliance callboard down, you can still like use it to turn in or grab more quests. And vice versa. If you're Alliance and there is a portable callboard Horde down, you can use the Horde one to turn in your quests or grab more quests. However, like I said, Horde have to drop the Horde one, Alliance have to drop the Alliance one. So you would think, well, I'll just buy the one that's corresponding to my faction. I wouldn't do that. I would buy the portable callboard Outlaw, because again, the vanity items are accessible by all characters on your realm, and they're accessible by every character on every realm if you have a vanity sync. And with the Outlaw one, it's cross-faction. Horde or Alliance can drop the portable callboard Outlaw. Now, maybe you get to a point where you have a ton of money, like I did, or you saved up some DP, like I have, and you got like a surplus. Then you would buy the corresponding faction ones as well. So like for me, I play a lot of Alliance on Area 52, so I had the portable callboard for Alliance and the portable callboard for Outlaw. The reason you would want to do that is because these have a 15-minute cooldown, and they only last for 10 minutes. So there's 5 minutes of downtime between when you can reuse this. However, if you have this one and you're an Alliance character, or if you have this one and you are a Horde character, you can completely circumvent all of the downtime. And that is really important when you're like spam doing quests, like the Wanted quest, for example, where you just find a group of people and you have to kill a boss over and over and over again. This one can be super, super, super nice. Makes that so much more convenient. And you can just farm out a ton of callboard caches doing that with this. That being said, on the other tail end of this, there are already a lot of people that have it. So maybe this shouldn't be your highest priority for donator purchases, just because, again, like I said, you can use other callboards people put down. So as long as someone around the wanted quest or whatever world quest you're doing for the callboard is around with one, you can use that one as well. So it's not a huge deal. Next up, we have the Craftsman's Codex, not to be confused with the Tradesman scroll. The Craftsman Codex allows you to get an additional primary profession on your character. We all know WoW traditionally lets you choose 2 primary professions, such as herbalism and alchemy or mining and blacksmithing. But with the Craftsman's Codex, you get 1 additional unlock for each one you use. So I don't believe these are capped, and you could literally learn every profession on your main character. Every profession, dude. You can get them all on one guy, which on a server like Bronzebeard, in my opinion, is going to be phenomenal, because I'm not huge into leveling characters in vanilla. I kind of like the endgame content, like especially with Ascension while having high risk endgame and professions being so valuable. I definitely plan on getting these on my main character and just having a ton of professions on one guy. However, you have to, this is a consumable, so once you use this once, it is gone. This does not go into your vanity sync. You can't use it on multiple characters. You can't use it multiple times. You get 1, and it gives 1 character 1 extra profession slot, but they are super, super nice and convenient. This kind of ties into the Craftsman Codex a little bit, but Tradesman scrolls are okay. I think they're a bit of a noob trap, okay, because you do not want to use these on the wrong profession. They are super expensive usually. They are 25 donator points. So you want to use this on like the most expensive things to level, right? Like, or the ones that can turn you a ton of profit and make your money back very quick. I think enchanting would be a great one to use a tradesman scroll on. However, like, or even engineering, because engineering can be pretty expensive, right? But using it on something like mining or herbing, it's like, dude, you can literally max that out for free. But if you are absolutely rolling in it money-wise, donator point-wise, or you're just pumping out YouTube videos and you got DP like that, you could use it on mining or herbalism and just save yourself the time. But I typically, like I said, tend to save it for things like engineering, because usually for me, engineering is a complementary profession. Like, I'm never going to rock mining and engineering, so I can't really go mine all the ore myself. So I wouldn't really use a tradesman scroll on something like mining or herbalism, just because it's free to level and you can just go level it. You don't need to buy anything, and you actually make a fair bit of gold when you level those skills versus, you know, spending a bunch of gold to level those skills via a tradesman scroll. So I would definitely recommend saving this for things like engineering or enchanting or jewel crafting, the more expensive, harder to level ones. Another great donator point item you could save up for is the Treasure Keeper Portable Bank. I mean, it's really that simple. You drop this pet, you interact with the pet, and you get instant access to your bank. And you get access to this pet if you are in a rested area or an instanced area. So you can use it in most places across Azeroth without having to worry about going back to a capital city to offload some things, or if you have like extra sets like a tank set or a healer set in your bank and you don't want to go back to Stormwind or Orgrimmar to get it, you can just drop this bad boy and swap wherever you want. The personal bank vault, also great. Basically what this does is it gives you an item in your bag that you can drop every so many minutes, and it allows you to access your own guild tab, right? So basically it is a guild tab, but it's not your guild's tab, it's not your bank tab, it's just your own personal bank tab with extra space in it. This one you can drop anywhere. This one you can actually have up to 2, well, you see here, you can have 2 pages of this amount of space available to you wherever you are. This is another good thing to buy for convenience sake, whether you're AoE farming or need to swap sets, whatever it may be. The Book of Ascension and Book of Artisans are also great pickups early on in your collection. The Book of Ascension allows you to train all of your spells no matter where you are. You drop this pet, you can train all your spells at it. The Book of Artisans is basically the Book of Ascension, but instead of training your spells for your class, you actually get to train your profession skills wherever you are, so you don't necessarily have to be training next to a trainer, right? Like maybe you're out in the open world and you're getting linen and your bandaging gets maxed out, or maybe you're leveling mining or you're leveling herbalism and they get maxed out. Well, with this bad boy, you don't have to go back to Stormwind or Org to train those professions up. You can just plop this on the ground and level up your first aid and keep making bandages, keep leveling, keep mining, keep herbing, and still getting levels without having to take that break to go back to your capital city. So that pretty much covers my favorite items you can get from the store. The main reason I made this video is I know when I first got into Ascension WoW, I used this term earlier with the Tradesman scrolls, I got kind of noob trapped. You know, I went after all the cosmetics, I went after tons of Tradesman scrolls on professions, on characters I never even play anymore, because I was so unaware that there's so many useful things that are usable on all characters, on all realms, that really give you so much convenience and save you so much heartache and make the gameplay and leveling and endgame experience so much smoother. But with there being so many items available in the store, it's kind of overwhelming, and you might not even see some of the stuff I pointed out without, you know, inspecting every single item in the store, right? So I just wanted to let you guys know what I think is best to focus on first, because again, donator points cost real life money. So if you're buying these items in game with gold, it's going to be expensive. It's going to cost you a lot of gold. So try not to fall for some of those noob traps. If you're going to be playing Ascension long term like I have, I've been playing Ascension since like 2017, get the books of Ascension, get the book of Artisans, get the things that'll transfer, right? Because Alune Season 9's been out for 15 years, right? So they're probably going to do a Season 10 soon, and you're going to want these things for that realm as well. So yeah, you can buy a cool transmog here, and you can transfer the transmog over to Season 10, but when Season 10 starts, who really cares what you look like? You want to have those books. You want to have those pets that are like the portable looter or the Wondrous wisdom ball to make leveling a little more streamlined, right? Those are things that transfer between characters and will transfer between realms and just help everything you ever do in the future of Ascension. Once you get those core things knocked out, yeah, then you start buying bazaar tokens, then you start buying transmogs, right? Or maybe you even start tipping your toes into playing the DP market to make gold in game. But again, this was not really a tier list, but I kind of just wanted to point out my things and help you guys avoid wasting gold and falling for the noob trap of not knowing what's great in this store.